Good day children, Sai Ram and welcome back to our third session of this lesson, that is the properties of seawater. In the previous lecture we have learned about the uneven distribution of temperature and the supply of fresh water. Due to this, the different salinity level on the surface of the earth. Okay, we have learned about the temperate region, then we have learned about the equatorial region, then the mid latitudinal region, then the polar areas. These are the regions and what is the salinity over there that we have learned in the previous part. Now we'll learn about the new topic, that is density. Our next topic is density. What is density over here? Density over here means the weight of water. Okay, the weight of water which has to be 1 gram per milliliter. Okay, so here just because of the temperature and salinity, these are the things which can change the density of water. Okay, so in this part we are going to learn about this only, how does temperature and salinity affects the density of water. Okay, density of seawater. As we have already learned in the previous part, the temperature and salinity are the two properties of seawater, and these are the two properties which are fully controlling the density of seawater. Okay, mainly if we talk about these two properties, temperature plays a very important role than salinity. Okay, if temperature is reducing, density of water is increasing. When there is a reduction or a decrease in the temperature, that time the density of the water is going to increase. So also cold water is denser and so is saline water. Okay, so when we talk about that cold water means the temperature is lesser. If temperature is lesser, naturally the density of the water is going to increase. Now, as I told you first only, that compared to salinity, temperature affects density more. So, and hence we can say sometimes most saline water has lower temperature at the surface, but still the density of such water is more than the other water. Okay, this only shows that the temperature is affecting density more than the saline water. On the contrary, if you see seawater having higher temperature, if a seawater is having higher temperature and low salinity, then also we can find that there is a lower density. Okay, then that sea can have a lower density. Okay, seawater having higher temperature and lower salinity can have lower density. Okay, so this is how temperature and salinity both affect the density of seawater. Okay, now let's see a graph over here. The graph will show you at what level the temperature salinity is affecting the density of the seawater. You can see over here 3 graphs are shown to you. First graph is showing you about the temperature in degrees from lower to the higher, that's 4 degree to 24 degree. Okay, salinity per 1000 is shown to you. It is going from higher to lower. Okay, from 34 it is going to 36.5. Okay, then next is density. Density is shown in gram per cubic centimeter. Here also it is going from lower to higher. Okay, you can see the depth is also given in the side over here. The depth is given 0, 500, 1000, 1500, 2000, 2500, 3000, 3500, 4000 and 4500. On the next side also you can see the same type of depths given. Okay, so depending upon this graph you are going to answer some of the questions over here. Okay children, let's see the questions. Now here are the questions. With increasing depth, what decreases? Temperature decreases, salinity decreases, or density is decreasing? What is decreasing? You can see in this graph over here. What is decreasing? Yes, correct. The temperature is decreasing. Okay, what is decreasing? With increasing depth, temperature is decreasing. Okay. Next question. After what depth does the change in these factors becomes almost zero? Okay, you can see in this graph over here, at what depths, after what depth, that all these three factors are becoming almost zero, equal to zero, we can say. After what depths, you can see over here, see the depth over here. In this it is 4500 here, and here also it is 4500. In both the depths you can see the last number is given as 4500. That only shows that after 4500 it is almost equal to 0. Next question. Till what depth is the change in this factor higher? Okay, here the question is asked, if there is a, in these three graphs over here, up till what depth you can see the changes in this factor. Okay, in all the three cases, just see, you can see in all the three cases the changes here, here and here. Okay, up till what depth you can see the changes? At a depth of 500 meter. Okay, we can see the changes up till a depth of 500 meter. Okay, although we can say it is ranging from 500 to 1000, but what changes can you see? Up till what we can see the changes mainly is 500 meter. Okay, children. Now the next question. Explain the correlation between all these three factors. What is the relationship between all these three factors? That is temperature, then salinity, density. What relation is there between them? First of all, we have learned that temperature and salinity are the two properties of the seawater. First of all, they are the two properties of seawater. About that, if temperature is reducing, okay, if temperature is going on becoming lesser and lesser, what will happen? Density is going to become more and more. That is, it is going to increase. Okay, this only shows that there is a nice relationship. That is, there is an interrelationship between temperature, salinity and density. Okay, children. Next one. Let's have a geographical explanation what we have learned in the graph just now. Okay, the graph is showing you. What is the graph showing you actually? It is showing you the salinity, the temperature and density of the seawater to the depth, with reference to the depth. As we are going deeper and deeper, how is the salinity, temperature and density going on changing? That is shown in the graph. If the density of water is dependent on temperature and salinity, here we have understood. By seeing the graph itself, we have understood that the density of water is dependent totally upon the temperature and salinity, which are the properties of sea water. Now, if you have seen the graph carefully, you will realize that after a certain depth, there is no change in these factors only. Okay, there is no change in these factors after a certain depth. The change can be seen only up to a depth of 500 meter. Just now I showed you. Okay, how the change has been only till 500 meter. Now, if you see the slopes of the curves of the graph are varying for all the three factors. Okay, for all the three factors you see temperature also, then salinity also and the density also. The slopes of the curves you see. Okay, it is varying. It is different from each other. They are different from each other. We can call the sea water up to the depth of 500 meter as surface water. That we have already learned previously. We have learned this in our previous classes also. That up to a depth of 500 meter, that water is called as surface water. Now this water which is there, it gets easily affected by the ocean currents, by the sun rays. Okay, only at this depth. Okay, water is easily affected by this factors like ocean currents and sun rays, because sunlight penetrates up to a certain depth. Okay, we have learned about it, right? We can see the movement of these waters in the form of ocean currents. Okay, we have learned about it, that ocean currents are there on the ocean. Okay, we have seen that movement also on the water. At greater depths, wind, sun rays and currents do not affect these properties. We have learned about it at a certain depth, like 2000 meter. After 2000 meter, at a depth of 2000 meter, below 2000 meter, the temperature also is constant, that is 4 degrees Celsius. This shows that the wind, the sun rays and the currents, all these things, all these factors cannot affect the properties at all, cannot affect the water at all. Therefore, after around 1000 meter depth, there is no change in these three factors. Okay, in these three factors we will not find any change only. Okay, ocean currents are generated because of difference in the properties of seawater. How are ocean currents generated? Because there is a difference in the properties of seawater. Properties, which properties I am talking about? Temperature, salinity and density. Okay, when there is a difference in these properties, then only ocean currents are generated. Now, these ocean currents act as temperature controllers at the global level. Now, these ocean currents which are there, they act as controllers at the global level. Yes, they act as. Now, these ocean currents are generated because of difference in the properties of seawater. Okay, now these properties which are there, that is temperature, salinity and density, they act as a temperature controllers, and that also at the global level. Okay, they fully control the temperature, temperature of the sea or ocean. Okay, and that also at the global level. The distribution of temperature gets controlled due to the ocean currents. We have learned about it in the starting of the lesson. I told you how the warm currents and the warm currents and the cold currents meet each other. Okay, just because of the movement of the currents from the equator to the poles. Now, if the warm currents from the equator are moving towards the poles, okay, the cold currents in the polar areas will get normal, while the cold currents which are coming from the polar areas towards the equator, okay, they can make normal the equatorial region. Okay, so the distribution of temperature gets controlled due to the ocean currents which move from one place to the other, or they oscillate from one place to the other. Okay, just because of the oscillation of the ocean currents from the equator to the poles and from the poles to the equator, what happens over here? The temperature gets controlled over here. Okay, then the climate of the earth gets affected by the ocean currents. Just because of this ocean currents only, the climate of the earth is also affected. Okay, so I hope children you will have understood this lesson very well. Now answer some of my question. Okay, tick the correct box according to the salinity of the ocean water. Now here salinity is given as high, medium and low, and you are going to tell me what type of salinity will be there in what condition. Okay, now the first one, slanting sun rays, melting snow. Slanting sun rays, melting snow. What type of salinity will be here? High, medium or low? Slanting sun rays. The sun rays are also slanting and the snow is also melting over here. Okay, so what type of salinity will be here? Yes, correct. It is going to be low salinity. Cloudy sky. Rainfall throughout the year. Cloudy sky means the rays of the sun will reach hardly over here. Okay, it will not be perpendicular at all. If rays are not perpendicular, evaporation will be lesser, and that also rainfall also throughout the year. So what type of salinity over here? High, medium or low? What type of salinity you will find over here in such a place? Yes, it is going to be low salinity. Then third one, clear sky for the most part. Okay, clear skies means no clouds. Above that, perpendicular sun rays also. In such a condition, what type of salinity will be here? High, medium or low? Yes, it is going to be high salinity. Lesser supply of fresh water. Desert area around. Fresh water is also less over here, as well as desert is also there around. In such a condition, what will be the salinity? Less supply of fresh water, desert around. Yes, correct. It will be high salinity. Okay, next. Low temperatures, ample supply of river water. What type of salinity it will be? High, medium or low? Low temperatures, ample supply of river water. High, medium or low? Yes, correct. It will be low. Okay, because the temperatures are low and supply of river water is also more over here. So it is going to be low. Continental location, desert around, low rainfall. What type of salinity will be here? High, medium or low? Yes, correct children. It is going to be high salinity. Okay children. So I hope you all have understood this lesson very well. Okay, that's all about this lesson, the properties of seawater. Okay, we'll meet in the next lecture with a new lesson. Okay children. Then, thank you.